live. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in at this time. Everybody that's here, I greatly appreciate it. Anybody watching this on the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. This was quite the tale of two teams, right? Lakers started off just like blazing. The Lakers were up by as many as like 23. Looked like a team that looked like this was going to be over by halftime. We were going to pack it in, get a little bit of rest. Because you got a game tomorrow, right? You got to play the Sixers, so it was like, hey, let's get this wrapped up, let's get this clean, boom, easy to go. Over at halftime, kind of coast and keep things within range, and then they just completely let the Charlotte Hornets just get right back into the action, right? Get right back into the thick of it. It was just like, what is happening here? Honestly, I never felt like we were going to lose this game, right? This didn't feel like a game like the Lakers going to lose, but it felt like a game. The problem is that the Lakers aren't good enough to just coast the rest of the way. You know what I mean? If the Lakers were a top 3 team in the league or something like that, and they were a clear-cut, far and away title contender and just this monster team, and yet a game like this, it's they just took their foot off the gas, right? Which that's what they did. They took their foot off the gas in this game. They had the momentum. They had everything. They were dominating this game, and looked like I said, it was going to be a total blowout, and then just chill. But again, the problem is they're not one of those teams. They're not one of those teams that can just take their foot off the gas. They're not one of those teams that can just say, you know what, hey, we're up 23. Let's just coast the rest of the game. Right, they can't afford to lose games, and now instead of having this game wrapped up, finished, and done, and now you got the second game of a back-to-back tomorrow, and all is right in the world. Now you played a game that went closer down the stretch than it should have went, and now you're gonna have to. It's just for what? What was the point? Right, if you would have handled your business and done what you were supposed to do from the beginning, I'm not saying you had to finish this game up by 30, but this game should have essentially been over by halftime. I mean, you could argue, like I said, Lakers never really felt like the Lakers were going to lose this game. Never felt like the Lakers were going to, at least to me, I felt like the Lakers were getting what they wanted when they wanted it. But I would have liked to see them execute, close, and handle business. It's the bad habits is my problem. Again, this team isn't good enough. They love to play through the competition. It's why I said that I thought that they could beat Boston, right? When they play great teams, they show up, right? They like to look good. When they play bad teams, they like to play poorly. I just felt like they got that 23-point lead and looked completely dominant, and then just were like, all right, we're done, game over. And they just coasted the rest of the way, which, fine, you won, but I'll take the win, right? I'm not going to complain about a win, but it's just we're not good enough to develop those poor habits. We're not good enough to put ourselves in those types of positions. We're not good enough to be that team that can we're just going to take our foot off the gas, right? It's just, again, because we've seen this team be consistently inconsistent. We've seen this team one game be great, next game or poor, and then so on and so forth, right? Lakers are on a streak right now, which is great. It's what you want to see. Lakers are looking good. 8 games over 500, right? They are 26-18, 4-game win streak. I've said it before, you should be able to win the rest of this month minimum. You got the Sixers tomorrow. You should be able to handle the business against the Sixers, right? No Embiid, no Paul George, right? Usually it's the opposite. Usually, when guys are out, they actually play for the Lakers. I'm happy with the situation we're in. I'm happy with the win. I'm glad we're on a 4-game win streak. I'd love to see it get pushed to 6 going into February, right? Really just kind of gain some traction. Be 10 games over 500. That would be a beautiful sight to see. And then, you get into the trade deadline. Lakers make a solid move or two, and we could be in this thing, right? We could be in a great spot. We could be in great position. But it's just, can we trust the Lakers to handle that, right? Again, it's just we're not good enough to play in this manner, right? We're not good enough to just take possessions off, right? Or take nights off. Also, LeBron LeBron just played like so late. I mean, I know stat wise, right? Like if you just like look up the stats, you're like, oh, he had a solid game. What did he finish? Like, what was it, 22, 8, and 7 or something like that? I know he was up there. 22, 8, and 7, right? 22 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds. But once again, like he's been doing so much better. Not taking all these crazy ill-advised threes. He just like was shot chucking, but like he was shot chucking at like the worst time. If you want to shot chuck when we're up 23, fine, and then push it back up to 23 and that. But like he would just take these like shot chucking threes, like right in the heart of their runs. And then like just not even come close. Like he airballed one, and then he like then they would just like continue their run. And it's just like, dude, like can we get better shot attempts? Can we get better field goal attempts? And then just him, a lot of careless passes. A lot of it is just lazy passes. I get it. It's the Hornets. I get LeBron. It's like why are you really gonna show up, right? Like, but again, if you didn't watch the game and you just look at the box score, you're like LeBron had a great game, but he did it. He really did it. Like it was again. He played very lazy. He played very like lethargic out there, right? And maybe it's because it's the first game of a back-to-back, right? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the first game of back-to-back. So, he wanted to kind of just coast out there and didn't want to do too much and wanted to kind of just go with the flow. I mean, that's a very real possibility. But, we got to be honest. When he has a bad game, he has a bad game. But Anthony Davis, getting into some of these other guys, Anthony Davis had an absolute monster game. 36 minutes, 17 to 28, 8 to 10 from the foul line. 23 rebounds, including 8 offensive rebounds. He almost had a double-double in offensive rebounds. 2 assists, 2 blocks. He had 4 turnovers himself, 42 points, my favorite number. So 42, 23, which was a really good game. Austin Reeves, I thought was good. He struggled to shoot the 3-ball this game, but I thought he was, again, very assertive. Came alive at key points, at key moments. I don't like the games when he's 2 of 8, right? If you're struggling to shoot the 3-ball, which he was, right? He started off well, but then it just kind of started going downhill. And it's just like LeBron and Reeves just have this problem. It's like instead of just getting to your spots and getting and generating offense, right? They just keep trying to shot chuck. Again, like Reeves had a good game. I just don't like when we see guys like LeBron and Reeves taking 8 threes, and you're 1 of 8 in LeBron's case and 2 of 8 in Reeves' case. It's like, if you guys just took half of that and got to the basket, this game would have been a blowout still. But again, I didn't think he had like a terrible game. Like, it was like I didn't think Reeves was like, spectacular, right? Like I've talked about in the last few games. I've liked how Reeves played. I thought he was like, again, I just felt like a lot of these guys were just out there coasting. I really did. I felt like a lot of these guys were out there just kind of going about the leisure of it all. But beyond that, again, like not really super much. No one like was crazy. I loved what we saw from Jared Vanderbilt again today. Just the hustle, effort, energy, right? Getting your rebounds, getting out in transition. He had like a steal and then led to was it a dunk from him? Got 2 steals again, 4 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, right? Just giving you a little bit of everything. 13 minutes of action, limited action. Once again, gave an actual impact in the limited action. He was a +3 in his minutes that he was out there. No, what more could you ask for? Right? Like he did a good job. Dorian Finney-Smith, I thought, continued to do really well. But beyond that, again, it was just one of those games, right? It just felt like everyone was just there, right? Felt like everyone was just kind of going about just kind of wanted it to get. It's like the Lakers got it to 23, and they were just like, all right, let's just get this over with. And then they just kind of like took their foot off the gas and just kind of let things play out. And it almost bit them. Again, I never really like, there wasn't a moment in this game where I was like, uh-oh. Like even at the end, I didn't like the foul, but overall, I just thought it was like, I thought it was a game that it was like, all right, Lakers are going to handle this. Lakers are going to win this. But yeah, I again, don't like the bad habits. But anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments, as always. And yeah, let's get into this chat. let's answer all the super chat questions, all the regular chat questions, all of that stuff real quick. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into the thick of it. All right, Speed. 80, the Monstar. Yeah, he was ridiculous. Yeah, that's a close one. Again, I never really felt like this game was going to be a loss, but I just thought, going out there, coasting. 26 and 18, you got to love it. They almost blew it, shaking my head. JV locked up Miles Bridges. Did you see that defense? You have to be impressed. Come on now. Also, can we talk about how good JV is at drawing fouls off of a box out? Yeah, because he actually boxes out, right? He establishes position. He gets in the spots. He does what you're supposed to do. Problem is most guys don't actually box out, right? So when you get a guy that actually does, right, the basic stuff, like you are going to get those things from time to time, right? Yeah, like I said, it felt like they got the lead, and then they were just like, all right, we're good. Like, and just kind of wanted it to be over. Vando's been fantastic. I really love what we're seeing from Vando. Perfect example of why Lakers aren't true contenders. They lose to LaMelo Ball-less team. They had the best first quarter ever and then sold. I mean, well, they won, right? So, they didn't lose, but, it definitely was not good. It definitely was not good. Outside of AD and Max, the team struggled, but we still pulled it out. Yeah. He was an absolute monster. DK will be fine. Again, he's coming off of 5 games in which he was really good. DK will be fine. Tyler, since I am an objective Braun fan, I won't lie. Braun tried to lose this game for us. He needs to stop giving the ball away. Ever since Boston game, his jumper has been fraudulent. Yeah, it just felt like he was so, like, he was just kind of there. It was like he was kind of just floating, right? I mean, LeBron's going to get his 20. Just being on the basketball court, you can lock him in for 20, right? But it was one of those games where it just felt like he was out there just to almost be out there, right? Like, yeah, it just, there was just like these stretches where like he gave no effort, like on the defensive side of things, like at least he'll half-ass it, right? Kind of, like there was times where like he wasn't getting after, he wasn't trying, just careless. Like it wasn't even like the type of passes on times. It was, because I've talked about him like, heavily forcing passes. A lot of it was just like him just kind of like, like there was no like umph in him tonight, which again, I get it's Charlotte, sure, right? But we're not good enough to have these, to do these bad habits, right? And we've been inconsistent all season long. If we were this consistent team and it's like, we're up 23, like what do you want from the Lakers, right? If it was a situation like that, then I'd probably have a completely different outlook on this game. But we're not, right? We're not that team. we're the type of team that would lose to the Hornets, right? So again, it's just like handle your business. Quit playing with your food, so to speak. And saying post dunk, it was amazing, man. I love Dorian Fields. It's just his hustle, his energy, his effort, just like everything about it. It's ridiculous. I'm not satisfied with the win. That's a lucky win, but we still need some trades to get center two-way guard Wayne. My prediction for tomorrow's game, Tyler, we're going to lose by 50. They don't have Paul George or Joel Embiid, which might actually be worse for the Lakers because Lakers would probably show up if they had Paul George and Joel Embiid. My concern is that you're going to get a bunch of the bad people, and they're going to be like, all right, we're just going to play down to our competition again. Let's see. Tyler, Vando is playing scared in one-on-one defense. Look how much separation Melo got on him on that one move. He's playing like he's already hurt. We need to trade him. But we got to keep in mind, again, he just got back, right? His step isn't there. I talked about this after the first game. He's a step or two behind. There was a sequence in that first game. I think it was Pod. Vando came over as the help defender and went to go and he was trailing prime Jared Vanderbilt, the Jared Vanderbilt we know and love, cleans that up. That like Pod just got sent to purgatory, right? Like, but he ended up just getting beat and not getting to the shot. He's behind. Like he just got back. This is what I talked about. Like, I think he's been very good for what we got. Again, no one's untradeable. Like, I don't think anyone's untradeable, but like it's got to make sense. Guys, this is a 80 Dorian Finney-Smith Vando Max appreciation video. Yeah, they did. They just got complacent. Just like I said, they went up 23 and they were just like, all right, we won. Let's just get out of here. Tyler, do you think we make a trade? I think we're standing pat again. Rob doesn't want to win at all. It's just sad. Rob is the worst GM of all time. I believe we're getting I don't know about all that. There's some pretty bad GMs. Like even in right now, we could be the Suns GM or like the Timberwolves, guys like that. But yeah, I still believe Lakers make a trade or two. I think something's getting done. What will that be? We'll see. Time will tell. We're wishy-washy. This is really bad balance for my heart. No, LeBron played horrible today. I'm the biggest LeBron fan that is. Yeah, he just felt like he was just existing, right? They let the Hornets have a fake comeback, Tyler. Yeah, it's exactly what it was, which we're very accustomed to as Laker fans. Yeah, I'll take the W2, right? Not upset about a win, right? But just again, it's just the bad habits, like I talked about. Yeah. Lots of people say that are fans of a player just to insult the player. They were supposed to be fans of. Yeah, it's usually how it goes, right? It wasn't terrible, but it was, like I said, he was just very like lethargic out. Like he was very like lazy out there. Like all of his actions, like defense, everything. He's been much more engaged lately. But this game, I just felt like he was just very, very poor. So Christie, sell on high. He is way too inconsistent. Young project. I mean, you said it yourself. He's a young project, right? He's 20. He's younger than our draft pick this year, right? He's supposed to be inconsistent. It's his first season, his first real season. But he's been consistent for what we need him to be, right? Compared to like some of the other guys. But again, no, I don't think anyone is untradeable. It just depends on what the trade is. Depends on what you're getting. But Max Christie, I think, is going to be a really good two-way player. Tyler, say LeBron had a bad night, but he's still the greatest ever. Let's see. I don't know why LeBron kept shooting threes out when his shot. Yeah, like that's my problem too. Is like, again, I'm fine taking threes. Like you want to take some threes, but it's just like shot selection or at least like situational awareness, right? Like half of those threes that he was just like shot chucking were on like runs that Charlotte was on, right? Like, so it's just like, okay, they're going on a run. They're on like a 6-0 run. Maybe I shouldn't just like take some ill-advised three. Maybe I should actually like, drop a play design or, kick the ball out or something or do something to stop and halt the run. And they just like chuck up a three. And then like the next possession, he'd come down and like chuck up a three. And I'm like, all right, like, dude, can we like run some offense outside of like 5 seconds into the shot clock, decide to chuck up a three? Let's see. Sorry, trying to find some me. Tyler, let's trade Rui. It's obvious Lakers don't need him, especially since we got Dorian Finney-Smith and Vando, who's killing it on defense. Yeah, he's got to go. He's the odd man out. As much as I like Rui, unfortunately, he's the odd man out. They definitely could have closed this game earlier, which is why it's frustrating because it's just like if you would have handled your business that you were supposed to handle, it would have been in great shape. But no, you wanted to to just coast after you get that 23-point lead. Yeah, Lakers playing with the food again, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Trade Rui. Rob trades him before the trade deadline. We don't need Rui. Let's flip him. So let's flip Rui for a center and a two-way guard. Ideally, yeah, you can get some pieces. I just think, again, Rui's your most sizable tradable contract. On top of him being your most sizable tradable contract, where does he fit, right? Where do you slot him at this point, right? Like, let's see. Teams always go on runs when he's on the court. Lakers go on runs when he sits. He wants teams to play his AAU middle school offense where they have to read his mind and let him stat pad. I'd rather Reddish play than DK. You got to get DK reps. Like I said, last 5 games has been really good. I did a whole video breakdown on his last 10 games, and he's been very good these last 10 games. I'm wondering if we need LaVine more than a big, in my opinion. I still kind of maintain the only reason, I'm pretty confident that a big's gonna happen. I still think LaVine's probably your best priority, but the problem is that Anthony Davis wants a big man, so Lakers are probably gonna go appease him and go get a big man one way or another. If you can go get LaVine, go get LaVine. It's okay, Tyler. We won. Yeah, I'll take the win. 100% take the win. Glad we got the win. It's not even when they play bad teams. It's when they get any sort of lead. They think the other team will just let them win. Yeah, they're just like, all right, we did our job. The game's over at the end of the first quarter. Yes, it's beautiful. Be this many games over 800. Finally. First time since 2020, right? Isn't it? Isn't that we've been this many games over 500? This was a good win, but in terrible fashion. Jackson Hayes would literally be working in McDonald's if he wasn't 7 foot. Dude literally has no BBIQ yet. Awful game, we still get the win. Cam, Rui, Hayes, Gabe, and a pick to trade, to upgrade, and keep moving the needle. I'm right there with you. I'm glad we didn't fold either. I am very glad we didn't fold. Yeah, can't have all these turnovers. Second night of a back-to-back. Hopefully Lakers handle their business. Rui is a redundancy big time. Got to go 5-1, or at least 4-2 in the next 6. Philly, Washington, New York, Clippers, Warriors. I'd like to win all 5 of those, or all 6 of those. I could see Lakers losing to the Knicks. But ideally, beat Philly, beat Washington. Say you take the L to New York, get your revenge on the Clippers, and then continue your dominance over the Warriors. Perfect. Let's see. The line was 4.5. They won by 4 after leading by 6 with a few seconds. Coincidence? I think not, of course. Never that. I promise we are allergic to winning games easily. I was nervous once we heard they're shooting 86% from the field while Charlotte was shooting 14%. Yeah. As soon as that happens, you knew that the tide was going to turn at some point. Luckily, the Lakers were able to pull it out. But again, it's just they let up on their intensity. They let up on all of it. It's just it's frustrating. Good win though on to Philly. Let's make this 5-game win streak. Yes, I want to win 6. Close this out, 6-game win streak. Close this month out on a 6-game win streak, and we'll be 10 games over 500 going into that New York game. Beautiful. Let's do that. Do you think Zach will make us a title contender? I think it gets us very close. Obviously, we need to see how it all fits, rotations, things like that. I think it will be seamless. I think it'd be great, but will it be seamless enough to where Lakers are top 3 team in the league? But I think out of everybody that's available, he is the most likely, by himself, to make us a contender. Which also, by the way, apparently there's a report. I'll have a video up on it tomorrow, so I'll go in depth on it tomorrow. or in the morning. Supposedly, Chicago's made their entire roster available except for the rookie. What's his Matatis or however you say his name. Yeah. So just something to keep in mind. 1 week till the trade deadline. Are we trusting? Sorry, it was a long night last night. I'm tired. Are we trusting Vando to stay healthy? Got to keep rooting for depth, Jalen Trevino, Cam, and picks for big. I just think at this point you don't really have a chance, right? I don't think that the Lakers or not chance, choice. There we go, choice. I don't think the Lakers have a choice. I think they got to kind of just wait and trust that Vando will stay healthy. Be smart with him. Don't do anything too crazy, right? Stay the course. Keep his minutes low and limited, right? Like I said, for the next 2-3 weeks, he should be at around 12 to 13 minutes per game. Basically what he's got in the last 2 games. These next 5-6 games, keep him at that. And then now he's gotten, 7 games under his belt. And then go get, bump him up to, maybe 15 minutes. And then give him 10 games at 15 minutes. And then the next 10 games, he is up to 20 minutes. And then, last 10 games, he's up to, 25 minutes or whatever. That's how I would do that. Because like I said, if we can get full-fledged Jared Vanderbilt that we know and love by the playoffs, Lakers will be in good shape. Scary hour is coming, Tyler. Got a center and we are in business. I think something's happening. I know there were reports, and I'll talk about it tomorrow. I'll have that in a video tomorrow. I know I didn't talk about it today, just because we had an early game, and so I didn't want to post the video because usually don't do good once the game starts. But yeah, supposedly there was who was it, with Jake Fisher or somebody like that? Like I said, I have the video. I just don't remember off the top of my head. That essentially the Lakers are out on the 3 main bigs, right? They're not interested in Nikola Vucevic, Jakob Poeltl. They don't want a $20 million center, and they don't want to give up their first for a center. So, which I think is silly because there's lots of reports that contradict that. Right? There's lots of reports that Lakers have made offers for some of these other guys, but nonetheless, right? We'll see. I still think the Lakers trade for a center. Now, will it be? Who will it be? I still think it'll probably be Jonas Valanciunas when it's said and done. So I've said it all season long. I think it's going to be Valanciunas until proven otherwise. I think there's definitely a good chance, right? Because ever since Anthony Davis said the comments that he said, I look at it as you almost at this point you have to go get a starting center. So I think it'll probably be a Nikola Vucevic, right? I think it'll either be Vu or Valanciunas at this point. It's kind of where I'm leaning, just based on the information we have. I trust LeBron when it matters. Well, yeah, again, I'm not saying LeBron's trash or anything like that. It's just this was just a very lazy game. It's just a very, very lazy game. Zach makes contender for sure. Let's see. Lakers are the worst 26-18 team I've ever seen. I mean, they're not great, but they're not terrible. They're not trash. Like I said, they're a good team, not a great team. Oh, I need to go. Hang on. I need to go grab my charger. Give me 1 second. Stay there. Hold tight. Don't go nowhere, everyone. I'm just going to go over here and grab my charger to plug my computer. Give me 1 second. Oops. All right, we're back. Perfect. All right. Sorry about that. I need to get my charger so I don't lose you all. Is that all right? Perfect. Plug in. Sorry, where was I in the chat? There we go. Tyler, what do you think the next move is for the Lakers? Hearing they are out on Vucevic, Kessler, and Portal. Hearing now a Beal and LaVine swap might be a thing. I say we still need Zach. So I don't really buy, personally, I don't really buy that they're out on Vucevic, Kessler, or Jakob Poeltl. I think Kessler, they just can't get, right? I just think Utah doesn't want to trade him. They want like some crazy fleece. So I think Lakers are out on Kessler. Jakob Poeltl's the same thing, right? Jakob Poeltl's the Toronto Raptors want some like crazy haul, some crazy return for Jakob Poeltl. They're not really interested. Vucevic, I don't buy. We literally got 3 different sources like 3 days ago that said Nikola Vucevic is the Lakers' #1 priority. How do we go from that to like Lakers don't have interest anymore? Again, it's just, I think these are all just tactics. I think it's all just noise, right? We literally, like, I made a whole video on it, right? Like, there literally was like from several different sources. Like, it wasn't like one source that, no, it was like several people were like, hey, the Lakers are really pushing hard for Nikola Vucevic. And ever since Anthony Davis's comments, Vu's probably going to be a Laker. And then we get the report today that like, oh, no, Lakers are out on those guys. I don't buy it. Beal for LaVine makes sense for Chicago. It doesn't make sense for Phoenix. I think that's stupid. Genuinely. I think that makes no sense for Phoenix whatsoever. I think Phoenix is going to be in the exact same spot that they're in. They might be a little better because LaVine's just better off ball, right? And he's more athletic, more explosive, and he's bigger, right? So I do think that there is some benefits to it, but you still have all the same problems. You still have the redundancies. Like, the problem isn't like Bradley Beal. The problem is Bradley Beal is the same type of player that their other guys are, and they don't have the size, the defense, the versatility. LaVine's going to give you the same thing. Doesn't make any sense. But yes, I still think we need LaVine. And then Zion coming out $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Bridges was mad. Vando shut him down. I love it. You gotta love it. It's just beautiful, right? Absolutely beautiful. You just watch it, Vando just get after it, just the hustle, the grit, it's just like chef kiss. You just watch him just do his thing, and you're just like, oh, this is glorious. Absolutely glorious. But yeah, Vando, I can't wait till he actually it becomes the full-fledged Vando we know and love. He'll get there. Got to give him a little time. But he's been good, right? For a guy that missed a whole year, he hasn't missed a beat. But it's just, again, like I mentioned in the last video, in the last live stream, right? Like, it's all just hustle and grit, right? That's what Vando is. He's literally just a pure ball of hustle and grit. It's crazy. Where was I? But also changes team mentality and identity. But I think with another big end day run, yeah, go get like a day run, Zach LaVine, and you're good. Ayo, what's going on? Appreciate you. Saying Ayo or you saying Ayo? I appreciate you, brother. Let's see. And wish him the best at his future TVA. If we don't get Zach or Myles Turner, we need Kessler and maybe snag Sexton and also clear cap space with Rui to get a buyout candidate. Point of attack, Lonzo. We can't stand Pat or get Jonas. I think the Lakers are going to do something. I still think that the trades get done. Right now, we're in a crashing course against the Denver Nuggets once again. Yeah, you gotta be prepared for that, right? Does Dorian Finney-Smith and Vando make the difference this time? That's the question. Right? Can those two make the difference this time around? But I think, like I said, I think the Lakers do something else. I think they'll get another big man, and we'll be right in the thick of it. These non-AD minutes were god-awful. I can see why LeBron's plus-minus was so bad because Jackson isn't a good backup center. Myles is needed badly. Yeah, again, like, Jackson Hayes is good in very small doses, right? As like your third center, right? Coming in, giving you whatever, 7 to 10 minutes a game, right? And just, just like hustle plays, right? He's fine. But when you need to count on him and he needs to be your second center, yeah, you're not in a good spot. Yeah, natural 2 or 3, yes. Yeah, LeBron was, like I said earlier, he was just very lazy today. Rob needs to get Myles and Bruce Brown, and we are title contender. Probably won't happen because money, though. Yes, that would be ideal if we get Myles Turner in them. Our biggest F up was letting Zubac go. Yeah, for nothing. Literally, we got nothing out. We traded him for Daniel Tyson, and then he just left. And we just let him go. It was just silly decision. Lonzo and Vucevic would be fine. I wouldn't be against that. Obviously, Lonzo, we need him to stay healthy. How are they looking? I want to, because I know that we need them to beat Denver. We need them to beat Denver badly. They're winning right now. Oh, with a minute left. Oh, is this on TV, or is this oh, we're so close. We need them to beat Denver. Then maybe we can catch them, and at least it'd be nice if we could have home court against Denver. You got LaVine with 21, 6, 3. Ayo with 17. I love it. So I'm saying, go get Ayo. I'm telling you, go get Ayo and Nikola Vucevic, and we're in business. Vu with the 29-6 game. All right. 2 and 9 from 3. That's tough. But Lonzo, 23 minutes, 4-7 from 3, 16-4. Steal in a block. See, this is the Lonzo we need. Get Lonzo, Vu, or Ayo and a Vu. That'd be beautiful. But 36 seconds left. Come on. Hopefully, we need, like I said, we need Denver to lose so we can catch, and the Clippers. We need Denver and the Clippers to lose so we can start getting a little separation. Unfortunately, Dallas is going to win because they're playing the worst team in the league. I mean, dude, Washington is just terrible. God. But we really need the Phoenix Suns to handle business, beat the Clippers so we can get a full game on them. And then same thing with Denver. If Denver loses, if Chicago can hold on and nothing crazy happens, then we get a full game on Denver too, which that would be nice. But I'll come back to that in a second. Let's see. AD with 42 and 23. He was a monster. Tyler, we shouldn't get Turner. Like we can, but I'd rather Johnson or LaVine. I know I'm the only one saying this, but Turner starting would make us less mobile on the perimeter. AD would be guarding Tatum. I don't mind that though. AD can hold it is good defensively. Turner and AD wouldn't be able to be as dominant against OKC. It would only help us in Denver matchups. That's it. Turner would be a mistake. Thing is, though, too, you got to keep in mind, teams got to also match up against you, right? If the idea and vision of Turner is a guy that can shoot the ball, stretch the floor, knock down shots, give you 15 and 7 a night, but also give you that interior presence and that rim protection, so you could scatter guys, right? So Anthony Davis and Turner. No, yeah, they'll start together and they'll probably close together, but you can scatter them throughout the course of the game. And then also, again, it makes other teams have to match up to you, right? You're playing Boston, right? Now you got to keep in mind, Tatum now has to defend Anthony Davis. So it's good luck. It's just things like that. Teams still have to match up to you. But now we're just so much better on the interior presence. They take their foot off the gas. Yes, agreed. Let's see. Just what you said. We're not on the level that just relax after a big deal. Let's be said if after the trade and we still are kind of team. Let's just be happy that we have a 4 wins. Yeah, look, that's exactly right. It's just, again, I'm happy for the win. I'm happy we're on the streak. I'm happy we're in the position that we're in. Right, we should be able to pull off some trades. We should be in some good shape. But again, we're not a good enough team to where and we. the problem is like we are a team that is known to just shoot ourselves in the foot too many times. And so my concern is we're just like this is just kind of more of the same. We just had a large enough lead to where we're not good enough to just take your foot off the gas. But by the way, Chicago just won, so that's good. It's good for the Lakers. Huge for Lakers. Dollar big would be nice, but this is another example of why front offices shouldn't just blindly listen to the players. If AD and Braun were smart, they'd advocate for Beal or LaVine. I want them to advocate for one of those guys too, but problem is that I think after the Westbrook situation, I think everyone is like nervous, like in the new CBA and everything. I just think everyone's like, Pelinka, Genie, even LeBron and AD are a little like nervous. I was impressed with Josh Green. We should trade for him. He was stroking it. Pause. Yeah, 100%. Look, he's the guy that I keep talking about. Like, if you want like depth pieces, if you want like bench depth pieces, he's a guy that I want. Bradley Beal. So I've talked about this before. If you can get firsts in the deal, right? Like if you can get picks in the deal, I would do it. Right? I think Bradley Beal gets back to being Bradley Beal. Or at least maybe I don't like I'd consider doing it. Right? Obviously it depends on what you have to send out. Right? If they're like you have to send out Reeves and all that, no. Like if you're basically doing like Rui and a couple of because Bradley Beal gives you the same thing that like a Zach LaVine would give you. Right? I would rather have Zach LaVine. I think Zach LaVine's the better player, but you're also not getting assets in that. Right? Like if you can take on Bradley Beal, who actually is a player that makes a lot of sense for the Lakers, that a year ago, all of us were hoping the Lakers would have gotten. Because again, his issue is the fit in Phoenix, right? He's still a 25, 5-5 guy, right? I fully believe he'd come to the Lakers and be a 25, 5-5 guy, right? Yes, his contract sucks. But you have LeBron who could take a discount, salary cap increases next year. You have contracts that fall off. But now you have like 6 firsts in the offseason that you can trade. Right? Like that's a lot. You can go make other moves. You go do other things. You're set up for now and the future. You can go make a run for a championship. Right? Like I don't hate it. I don't hate it. But it to me, it's kind of like it would be like a break glass in case of emergency, right? I don't know if I'd really want to see the Lakers do that. But if you told me, worst case scenario, the Lakers went and traded for Bradley Beal, but got Bradley Beal and like 2 firsts in the deal or 3 firsts in the deal, I'd be like, you know what? Like, I'm okay with it. Like, let's see how this plays out. Because, people's concern is like, oh, he has a no trade clause. Lakers would be stuck. Lakers are stuck with whatever they do. Right? No matter what they do. If they go trade for Myles Turner or Nikola Vucevic or whatever, like chances are whatever moves they make this offseason, they're probably stuck with. Yeah, they might still make some little minor trades and stuff like that here and there, but for the most part, Lakers are probably still stuck. So if you're like, I'd rather be stuck with 3 extra, 2 or 3 extra firsts than be stuck with nothing. And again, I just think he gives you a chance to actually win. It gives you that ceiling rate. Let's see. Working off the rust still. This Charlotte team actually impressed me. Let's give them more credit. I actually think Charlotte has some nice pieces. It's just honestly, I think that they need to just embrace the youth. Right? Like they have like those like LaMelo, like they need to start better way to phrase it, they need to start carving out their team. Right? Like I think that they have like the core that you want. I think they have like the nucleus that you want. I just think that they really need to start kind of finding that identity and carving out what you want to be as a team. I'm taking the Knicks in 7 games over Boston. I like how the Knicks match up against Boston. I mean, that's literally why they built the team the way that they built it, so they can match up with them. Let's see. Sorry, trying to find something to me. Tyler, we're all the most recent, of course, all the time. I actually thought Reese was okay. I didn't think he had. I don't think he had a great game, but I didn't think he was terrible. I don't think he was like that bad. I don't like the 2 for 8 from threes. Right, like him and LeBron need to stop shooting so many damn threes. Um. Do you buy the reports that Los Angeles are not expected to show interest in centers such as Nikola Vucevic, Jakob on the trade market? No, I don't buy it. So I have the video tomorrow. I have the video about that, and then what's the other one? Lost my trade. I forgot what I was talking about. It's that one, and then there's another one. What was the other? Anyway, I'll have 2 videos tomorrow, up in the morning for you guys that'll cover that and all that stuff. No, I don't buy it. There was literally, like I said, I don't know if you were here earlier when I said it. There were like literally 3 reports from 3 different sources, 3 different people that all said like Nikola Vucevic is you could say is the Lakers' #1 priority or #1 target, right? And now we get a report that's like, oh, he like Lakers don't even want to touch him. No, Jakob and Walker Kessler, I don't believe they're going to be able to get, right? Because again, Kessler, he seems to be off the table. Jakob Toronto only wants to trade him if they can like get some crazy return. So Nikola Vucevic is probably. I still maintain Jonas Valanciunas is probably the most likely center. You know, as I've said all offseason or all season. But I think Nikola Vucevic, I still think has a really good shot at being a Laker. All right, I'm gonna do a couple more and get out of here so I can get some videos done and worked, and then also I want to try to get some sleep. I could not sleep last night. I was up till like 7 in the morning and then woke up at 9. So I'm on like an hour and a half of sleep, if that. I am, it's been a long day. Let's see. Max has been our most consistent role player since he joined the starting lineup. Max is great for what he provides, like what you're looking for, right? 3 and D. Jakob and Bruce Brown would be awesome. Turner, Kessler, 3, Rob Williams. My only problem with Robert Williams is like, can we trust him to stay healthy? Right? That's the $1 million question. Can he stay healthy? I don't know. I don't know if he can. Let's see. Pirtle would be huge, but I doubt the Rockets or the Raptors trade him. Yes. Supposedly they want like a real like fleece if they're going to trade him. I still think Lakers pull it off, but the bigs would have been exposed yet. Yeah. Jokic is like insane. Like it's crazy. Dude, like every game this guy's doing some like crazy thing. Do you wish we traded up to get Zach Edey or not? I mean, no, because you would have given up a bunch of like I like Zach Edey, and I like if he fell at 17, because originally Dalton Connect was supposed to go where Edey went, and then Edey was supposed to be around where the Lakers got, right? Khalil Ware is the one that I really wanted. I mean, I even made videos about Khalil Ware on this channel. About that's the guy that I wanted the Lakers to go draft. Also, at the same time, I didn't think Connect would be available. No one really did. No, because if you would like, you would have to trade up to 9th essentially, right? Like or 8th or whatever, right? Like you'd have to essentially like. It's just I don't think like Zach Edey is good, but I don't think he's gonna be that. Like people think he's gonna be like John, like whatever Mark Gasol type. Like I don't know. Like I think he's good. I think he's gonna be good. I think he'll have those monster games here and there just because of his size. But I think you're all right. I think it's fine that we didn't get him. But I do think that they need to get a center. All right, let's do like 5 more and then get out of here. Sorry, trying to find something. We need Zach LaVine. I'm right there with you, buddy. You are preaching to the choir. Preaching to the choir. Are blowing Denver as we speak. Gotta love it. Go! I'm telling you, go get them. Jokic would cook still, but with Kessler or a Rob Will, rotations would be better against players, cutters, and help defense. Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., and Christian Braun, even Westbrook. Yeah, I mean, look, no one's gonna stop Jokic, right? Like, even people like I get comments all the time from people that like, I've seen it even in this chat. People are like, "Go get Dwight. Dwight was the Jokic stopper." One, that was a different Jokic, and two, there was a very different Dwight, right? Like, you're not stopping Jokic. You're just hoping to slow him down to an extent, right? To where he's not just absolutely dominating you. Is the thing. But I appreciate you. And then Rascal coming in hot with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Seriously, I appreciate it. I'm gonna wrap it up here after this because, like I said, I'm beat. It's been a long day. We got another one of these tomorrow, so definitely do that. And I need to make videos and do all that stuff. So obviously, if I get another super chat, then I'll answer that. But outside of that, I'm just gonna answer this and then I'm gonna skate on out of here. But Vu Ayo for a first or Vu White, Rui Gabe, Jalen and Trevino, thoughts. Personally, I would rather have Vu and Ayo. Personally, that's just me. Only because, right, you could argue, like, White is probably the better scorer, but Ayo's the better all-around guy, right? I like he's better defensively. He can still go get you that, 25 to 30 on any given night. But, I just, if you told me we went and got Vu and Ayo for, Rui, Gabe, Jalen Hood-Schifino, a first in like 2 seconds, right? I would do that. I would do that in a heartbeat. Like, no questions asked. Like, give me that. All right. Now you got your center and you got a legit combo guard that can play the point or the two for the next 10 years, right? Like, and a guy that's already as like the 6th option on a Chicago team filled with guards is still giving you, 17 and 6 nights and stuff like that, right? Like, what does Ayo look like on a team where he's like really needed and actually gets to play the role that he's best at and gets to be the guy that, they need him to be. I mean, you look at tonight, like, he's a guy that, again, gave you 17 as a plus 20. He gave you like 2s across the board. He had 2 offensive rebounds. 2 offensive rebounds, which is funny because that's all his rebounds. So 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 17 points. Right? Like, give me that. Sign me up for that. Especially if we give up first. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to skate on out of here. I appreciate all you guys hanging out with me. Like I said, I'm just tired today. I just didn't get much sleep last night. And I still got to make like videos and stuff. Like, try to get some sleep. Try to go early, sleep early tonight. But we'll be back here tomorrow after the Sixers game. Hopefully we get that W. But I appreciate you all hanging out with me. Seriously, you guys are beautiful. Thank you so much. Everyone on your way out, please take a quick second, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel for me. Everyone that gave me super chats, I really do appreciate it. You guys are beautiful. And I will see you all in the next one. Oh, and let me here in the next one. There we go. Peace.